Hi there, dear ones. So, well, I hesitated a whole lot to do this, or I haven't been really able to do this until now, and I'm not sure what to say here. Well, maybe I should start with this then, so that I get it out of the way a little bit. Yeah, I did a vision quest. I talked about doing a vision quest, and that was awesome, more so than I ever thought, and I think I won't ever do one again, maybe, who knows. But it was really heavy, deep, and at the same time, certain things happened in the three-dimensional reality, which I will not talk about much, because it seems like that's the best thing to do, I guess. I think so. And I really don't have a need for it, and also I don't understand it fully when it comes to the spiritual things that I've experienced and discovered and also healed. I feel really happy about those, although shockingly strong, I will say. It was still a ride, but when it comes to things that have been going on parallel in this so-called world, there I really don't understand a whole lot about what's going on, so I can't exactly talk about it without going wrong. I know there is a lot of things going on there, and so on, but that's it mainly. And so, one thing that happened though is that I was drugged by some psychedelics. I would never choose that that would not be a choice of mine. And also it must have been daytime. I'm not out at night. I don't drink for many years and take other things at all. I don't take any medications or any medicine, and nothing like in that effect. So it was quite surprising, and it took a while before I understood that somehow I got that into my system for some reason. But still, I don't wish it wouldn't have happened, and I don't wish it would happen again, so I'm a little bit more careful what get into my system now. But anyways, I won't. Maybe I will go into a few things about that, but that's also very difficult to talk about. Anyone who have experienced similar things and so would know what I talk about. Others won't, and I'm not sure what it was. Maybe LSD or something else, I don't know. I have this little peyote cactus that I bought in Gothenburg's. It's on the botanic garden there many years. Or I got it actually from my husband at the time, and it was tiny then. It's not large now, but it have grown, and it's had this pink little beautiful flower in the center. It's so lovely. Anyways, I love that one. I think it's what I would rescue the first thing, or my cat then, but if anything would happen, or like fire or whatever. Anyways, but I try not to be attached to anything, not even my own body or anything. Talking about Buddhism, you mentioned it, Jessica. But still, but I've never even considered for real to use that, but it seemed to have huge scars now. My cat have put some claw in it before, so it may be that it have when it grows, this one have been larger than at two places. It seems strange though, and actually I took a photo not long ago of it. It looked much better then. Now it seems a little bit it seems well, but maybe someone took some piece from that one. I don't know what I got into me, but it was psychedelic of some sort, I'm sure. And also, as I've talked about before, when I was in my 20s, actually I was 20 when I got this heavy psychosis from cannabis that actually, it took me like 10 years to ground myself from, where the whole reality and ground and everything was solid. And that was a scary experience, really, really terrible experience. This one not so much, because I'm so used to traveling these worlds. And by the way, I have a picture of a moon egg key. Those it's sun and the moon in the center, you obviously see that, and there's the snake, jaguar, and the hummingbird, and the eagle and condor. So those 4 animals they work with, or we, if I would do that. Anyways, so, well, I'm trying to get to something here. So it have been, well, I won't say anything more about that, but that was one thing that happened in this realm, so to speak, this third dimensional realm. And luckily also I've had those around who could confirm certain things, because some other things have been quite strange, and I guess I would have thought I was out of my mind a little bit if that wouldn't have been the case. So that I could like double check with someone what they saw, and obviously a lot of things were similar. So everything was not in my mind, but everything was not like visions or stuff like that. So okay. Anyways, I won't talk about that more because it's so. First of all, it seemed to be very infected, and it seems to be complicated. Seem to be many people involved, from various people. Let's say it like that. Then, and also you never know. What someone portray does not mean that they really stand for that. They can be quite the opposite, and so on and so forth. I won't talk more about that. Just leaving it now. And I don't have a need to continue talking about it, but I really aimed to continue doing these videos, so I'm sorry for you who expected them and then it got quiet, but it was really, really, it had taken me this time to recover, you can say, from, get myself stabilized. I don't feel that I'm enough so to make this video, but still I wanted to say hello and also let you know that maybe I won't continue doing videos here. Maybe I will do them on my Ayurvedika Shakti channel. I mean AYUREDICA, is that right? Ayurvedika SHAKTI Shakti. So it's in one word. If you search for that channel, you'll find it. Maybe later, maybe not so quickly, because I feel like now it's here and now. I talked about Eckhart Tolle, and luckily I have Thich Nhat Hanh, I have myself, I have my own stability that is very solid in myself, and I've always been, luckily, since if you're very open to things, it's needed to be very grounded in the here and now. And also when I talked about the chakras, the root chakra is very important in the sense of being stabilized, and also depending on how quickly and how many influences you involve. And I have been too curious. I mean, I'm very curious, and I have been stretching too quickly in all directions, kind of, because I really like that, but then it's very important to take it, as I also used to say, but I'm not sure I do that all the time, to take it slow, and also maybe it's not needed, to mix too many things, because if you dive deeper into one of the if I talk about spiritual things now, one thing, then I think you can find maybe all things there. I'm not saying I'm right, and I'm not saying that anyone else should do in any kind of way, but that was my experience still. So, and also I have been bleeding heavily for like a month, more so than if it would be a period and other stuff. So, so I really needed to just calm down and cool things down. And now they are calm at my end of the world, as I could call it. Sorry. Breathing in, breathing out, staying in the here and now, appreciating all the miracles around. What else can we do? There are so many things always that can happen, or, all things. So that's just it. It's the precious moment is now. And also the creative moment, always in the now. So, yeah, I'm feeling good. We will see where things go, and I hope everything will just be good. We will see. I will just leave it at that, But also I wanted to address Jessica's question about how I can get these things together, and you talked about being a Buddhist. I don't know if I'm anything, I believe in a lot of things, let's say, but I wouldn't call me that thing, as they say, Buddha was not a Buddhist and so on. And he says also, if you find me, kill me, because you shouldn't put your faith in something external as such, or rather the finger pointing at the moon. It becomes like that often, that the concepts, you get stuck in the concepts or the descriptions of something that is not that description, so you can lose it. And I've felt that many times when I start framing something too much, then, and that may be also why I've been stretching in all directions, because I feel I lose it. Where did it go? I mean, but we can't really maybe grasp it. It's just, I don't know. But I can totally understand that I've been also parallel path to mine, always the Buddhist path. Not always, but since I was very young, also maybe, at least since I was around 20. Not that I was very. I mean, I didn't know a lot about it at the time, but I felt those pieces that I understood. I was very drawn to them, and more so. So it's part of my path. But talking about the here and now, since I now feel that need to be very grounded in the here and now, and also you can miss it so much if you stretch also too much into all kinds of things. And that's life. It's here and now. Yeah, I found that I needed that so much now after this have been really tumultuous or yeah, I don't know even words for what have happened to me. It's like I've gone through lifetimes. I mean, really many lifetimes during like a week or two, and to gather myself from that. Yeah, I really need to do that. Maybe for years actually after this, or maybe it will continue for my life. But it was really, I'm really appreciative of these experiences that I've had now, and yeah. So, and also healed timelines, back in ancestral timelines and all that. But there are so many, back to the 3D reality, there are so many things that goes on in this world, aside from that it's always a reflection. Also, someone asked me to do more videos about law of attraction, and I've done a short ones that I haven't even uploaded. I have a lot of videos actually that I've not made, or I have uploaded but I haven't made public. But now I feel we will see maybe later on here. But those short ones, like 10 minutes or whatnot, I like them, so maybe I will. Well, we will see. But I also like, I can see now that I saw a lot more things, and how we can water or nourish these seeds that then really get reflected in our reality. Wow, that's, the law of attraction. And I don't think there was someone who's that same person talked about using, I don't know if it was law of attraction to get to their goals, or if it was something about my voice or something made. Yeah, anyways, glad if it could help. But as I've heard about the law of attraction, you don't really use it, or we don't really use it. It uses us. I was going to say no, but it's always there. That's a constant. It never changes. So it's not that we never. It's not that we cannot use it. It's just because sometimes we use it by default then, rather than consciously and knowing what we're doing, knowing what seeds we are feeding or nourishing, and that would of course, like a boomerang, come back like karmic experiences, maybe from lifetimes, maybe. Yeah, I believe in karma. Many does not. Many that I really look up to and listen to and love. But to me, karma is not like a punishment. Karma is the path to enlightenment. Yeah, part of it we learn through that. There is always some part of us that are detached from everything like that could be called karma, so we don't have to be ruled by karma, but we can't like escape it in a sense in this world still. So yeah. Anyways, so as I see it, yeah. But so this was I think I could have pushed further. I mean, it was a very enlightening, I must say, experience that I've gone through. Wow, it was really wow. But I'm not saying there is so much I really don't get much of, and I love to be in this more solid world. Yeah, how I talk. Anyways, but I got rid of a lot of fears because I confronted them, or I got confronted with them, or what you could say. So that's also fantastic, of course, I probably have fears still, but not a lot. They are so mild, they are so tiny. I mean, there can be fears for small things, like, I don't know, but those extreme ones, they're just, no, I feel so peaceful. I feel really, really calm in whatever would happen. I mean, it's a ride, it's a journey, it's an adventure, all this, and it's never ending. We are eternal beings, so yeah. But back to that, what you asked, Jessica. Yeah, so anyway, so when it comes to that, personally, I don't think that, or I don't have the experience that the spirits, as I also talked about, I saw Jesus once in the room talking to me, and also that he talked about that you don't need to frame things or like such, but still, and especially not judge other things that I may not do or know things about. There is so much I don't understand, so that's important. That's very important. Because if you think you have the right way or right path, then it's easy to think that other ones are really, really wrong, and that can cause a lot of harm in many ways. So when it comes to that, first of all, if you stretch yourself too far in all directions too quickly, and we are still, this mind may not be be made to comprehend all there is, honestly. So to aim for that can be, wow, that can be an experience. So I didn't aim for that, though. I just followed my curiosity and things that I love, and I still. But I've gotten rid of a few things that I don't dislike. It's just not as close to me when it comes to, how can I say now? I thought about doing this further on and have it prepared. But still, I just wanted to say something to you now because I've been quiet for so long suddenly. And I wanted to explain to you a little bit why. It's impossible to explain it honestly, but I still wanted to check in and say hi to you and all that. Yeah, what else? Yeah, so that is one. So I would suggest, if I now should suggest anything, but at least for myself, I suggest that now, is that to be grounded in the here and now means in my culture and in this time. You know, I talked about my ancestral Sami people that I still can be bugged about far back, that the Christians came and made them slaves and hurt my people, you know, and all that. But still, I have so strong and close relationship to Christianity, and I would call myself that to some degree. I mean, as I said, I wouldn't call me much. I don't like the whole calling me things, but still I do, so I can then call me most of it. But the spirit knows, you know. It's not that I have to explain this to the spiritual realm. They know my heart. They've seen me all the time, you know. So there is nothing hidden there and nothing that needs to be hidden. And so therefore I also probably like to communicate a lot with spirits, or spirit, the Holy Spirit maybe. So yeah, and so, but here anyways, it's this time and it's this culture. Although I don't dismiss others, it's more that I just let go. It's not that I say that they are wrong or that they're anything else. I just feel at this time, and probably I feel like forever, I will stay there. I mean here, not there. It doesn't mean that I will totally disconnect still. I mean, many of the things I've been it's not that I... Okay, how can I say? Let's say this now about the third dimension, not the spiritual part, although they are related, of course. Everything is interconnected. So here and now in this world, you need to take a lot. If you are like all you know, I don't know, misfits, if you call it, or something, you need to take a lot, and that in turn can... I mean, you cause fear around you when people don't understand, or if they feel that you shake things that they hold dear, whatever that is. It doesn't have to be in spiritual sense, in some sense that they feel that you somehow cause a threat to them for some reason or another. And so that's another reason to kind of be compassionate about that, you know, and having... I don't mean that you should limit yourself or go... I mean, I agree with others' judgmental maybe attitude or whatnot, but maybe also get that comes from sort of a fear-based way of viewing things, and that if you want to be of help in this world, I mean, if you want to heal and help, then probably you shouldn't cause more fear. So I try to think about that more. I've been very, not tunnel vision, but I've been very into my own stuff, and I thought, okay, others, they can take it or what they want, but I'm still in this world, in this here and now, and so yeah, and I would love to connect. I like to connect, and I don't dismiss others' stuff. And even if they dismiss me, I don't feel bothered about that, because I am connected to spirit. Why would I be bothered? That's not a problem to me. But I know it's a problem in society, in relationships with other people. So in that case, also, it can cause other problems. It can cause and as I said, I'm not saying anyone should follow this, but I'm not just saying it as a maybe kind of a warning, but still not to say where anyone else should go or anything. This was really not an answer to your question, Jessica. I'm sorry, but I have to go into this briefly just. And I hope everything is good with those you mentioned previously in messages and so. Let me know if you wish how that goes. Anyways, yeah, so if people want to harm you, let's say, and spread rumors that are untrue, for example, that have been, I'm so used to that, There are those few know you by heart or know you closer. They know you, so they would probably not even consider some of the things that can be spread around. But if they don't, and if they hear certain things that are a little bit out there or quite out there when it comes to me, then just a little thing of being psychic or medium can be enough. But there are other things around also that I have been quite open with, that I do, and also not just limit myself to others' ways, the way a woman should behave, or the way anything, I've just been myself mostly or mainly. Well, probably not true. I'm more conformed probably than I think I am. Yeah, pretty much, I'm sure. But at least I've not really tried to conform to others' ideas of what I should be or whatever. And I'm not sure I could have done it. You come into this world with a certain persona. Is that like a psychological term? I don't even like psychology much, but like a personality or your soul qualities or the effects also, I think, from previous lives. You can't really be much else than you are in essence, sort of. Your essence will be the spiritual, that is unlimited then, but yeah. Anyways, so that is a problem. If people would want that, that can also cause you a lot of harm, because others would more easily pick up on things that aren't true because they view you in a certain way. So you kind of it's a vulnerable position, and then I'm not saying that you shouldn't choose it, because anyone do what they want to do, but it's a risky path in some sense if you don't connect if you're not rooted in this here and now. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing right now, personally, very much so. Not only in this moment when I take a sip of water or whatever I do, I try to really be in the moment much all the time, just because I appreciate life a lot. And I've been swooshed back to that feeling, which I also love. When I was really, really sick physically, and I couldn't do much else than small walking meditations and then I also was clinging on to, if you say, or hanging. I was holding the hand of Buddha when I was walking, you could say. Yeah, and mantras and so on. It calmed me totally. I was really ready to go then, and that was quite some time ago, to leave this world. But I survived, so anything's possible. And then I appreciate every second, kind of. Small things that I never appreciated before. And so now I kind of really love life, the way life handles you, and also that people can be a mess to deal with sometimes, it feels like, but they're also just messengers. They are also just not just reflections of you. I'm also a reflection of you then. I mean, it's not, we are all as valuable and holy, yeah. So your holiness, and also we are co-creators in all this, but still it can be difficult sometimes to deal with how people view your act or whatever. But still, I am sure in my core that there is something greater. There is always something greater, the universal. And so whatever happens, all those things that goes on let's say lower levels or other levels, still it can only happen if it's allowed to happen. That's how I feel. And when things happen, I guess it's time for that. Yeah. So I think there is, as they used to say, nothing wrong with the universe. No, I don't know what they used to say. But so when it comes to how I get this all together, I think I've described it so many times, this whole, the mountain, if you walk up. How I thought about this holy mountain again. No, but in the core, at the core, I mean, it's beyond all these concepts. It's beyond all these words. It's in the essence of things, and then there is no conflict. There is no conflict. It have to do with my own aspirations, my aims, my attitudes, and nothing else, honestly. Or maybe that's, I mean, even if you try to describe these things, it's kind of not so easy to use words then, of course. But how can I say? Well, as I just said before, it's the same to me. There is no conflict still, although I think the brain, we try to understand reality all the time, and we always see illusions. Even the senses can't even come together if we take it in different pace. So we need to fix them together that's science, this, before we it takes some, I don't know, millisecond or something to grasp what we even see in the reality, because we need to make the senses come together in same pace, kind of thing. And also that we often, what we see is mostly what we have already, what we are expecting to see, what we have already prepared back in our heads, let's say, although we learn new things all the time. So it's not that we actually, any of us, see reality much. Maybe some super enlightened, yeah, or enlightened, but more and more so maybe we understand things. Even that is kind of an understanding, I guess. So well, that's maybe the first thing to understand then, or one of the first. Or maybe if it's scary, maybe the here and now and just breathing is better to start with, so you don't freak. I mean, it's easy to freak yourself out. And yeah, I don't think I explained this well, but to me there is no conflict. There have actually never been. I think it's also have to be with a closeness in heart. I mean, I've always felt that that it have not to do with the acceptance of other people or how they view me. All the things I do have nothing to do with that. Although of course you like if people appreciate you, or if they also see things in similar ways that make it easier also to I mean, you like to just feel that you belong or connect with other people. So that's good. But it have never been my aim, sort of. I've always been connected in my heart. And that have never really wavered much. And less so now, over the years. So to me, there is no... I have no conflict with these things, and I don't understand if it was some certain specific thing you thought would not mix As you asked me, how can I get these different views or beliefs together? If, for example, this Moonlight Key, as I worked with, have worked with, maybe now calm down a bit with many things. No, I always have them with me. How can I not? But those that I've developed and experienced much and so. But when I, for example, read Thich Nhat Hanh, he describes similar practices as exactly more or less like some Moonlight Key practices. And you know, it's not so much about what it's called. It's about how it works, what happens. Does it make you more in contact with love and with life and, you know. And so. But as I said, I don't think the mind or brain may be made to comprehend too much or too quickly. Maybe you don't even have to. That's the point also, that maybe you don't have to stretch far out where beyond the boundaries of whatever to not that I've been seeking so much, because as I also said in other videos, I've been finding all the time. It's not that I've, at some point more so before I searched for something, I guess, but then I always found, you know, it was never not there. And I have kept finding things in various traditions, from various cultures, and I see the beauty and the wonderful things in that, and I still see that. It's not sure that I would continue practice these things though. Some of them I've already dropped. That was really, really, really intense and efficient and like very magical practices that I still, just at this moment, I don't feel any need for them. I feel, I have a different need now, but things just sway that way back and forth. So who knows? But, so, yeah, I don't know if you understand what I try to say here. But, yeah, one of the reasons is to ground myself in the here and now, so I gather myself more now in this time and in this space, this culture where I live. And there is so much deep riches and beautiful things in these traditions. For here it would be the Christian then. But I may not see it in or I don't see it in that dogmatic, and I mean I may see things in a deeper way or in a different way than some others who would call themselves that, but still there is so much treasure there. I'm not sure I would have to seek, you know, or would have to. I wouldn't. We never need to seek anywhere else, and that would be probably a very Buddhistic thing to say. But I think it's just different in languages there too. Jesus would, at the time as well, to reach those people, he used other words, and Buddha used other words. But at the core, yeah, the spirit can't be not anything else than what it is. So. But okay, I will just, I think I will maybe try to come back to that and plan it a little bit. Maybe I don't think it gets better if I try, but maybe if I write it down or have some thoughts of what to say. But as I said, to me, it's not, I don't have anything I don't like with the things that I've practiced. It also have to do with myself. If you have strong fears, then maybe it should not be too good to know strong magic, for example, as I've talked about before. So it depends on myself. It depends on my own aims, where I am at. And everything is very tempting. The more power you have in whatever area, it's very tempting to use it. And especially if you feel pushed by some sort of, if you have seeds in your subconscious, or if you have things that have grown, or things that aren't all that light or positive, then it can easily be turned in a wrong direction. Everything can be used for benefit or for harm, of course. So that's that. Also, I thought about maybe I shouldn't continue now because I don't think I have a lot of time here. Well, but I want to say this, that a little bit shortly about the spirit still, and not the spirit, but But anyways, you may not know this, but I've gone back very much to the root, just to also not be scattered into many things and not to scare others, and to put myself in a place where I more easily get harmed, if you say. Although I think something rules everything, but still, you need to use your common sense as well, I think. Right? Yeah. So, but during this time, though, that when I was totally, the openness and the healing of the timelines, the healing of a lot of my own, I guess, scars as well, and a lot of things have been going on. I can't even go into them, but I've seen so many things during those couple of days. I saw, I can't even. I won't mention it because some of you have gone through this. I mean, I'm sure I have gone through this healing lifetimes and healing. Having those vision quest experiences that are totally change your life, and this have been one of those. So therefore I need to pause for a bit here, video wise making, to ground. But I love making videos. I'm not stopping. I'm not saying I'm stopping on this channel forever, but at least for maybe quite some time, I think. Or maybe I upload those who aren't yet public. I think I have some of the law of attraction ones here as well. They're where I just read and not ramble. So no one need to wonder what I should say next. I think there is also something about that here, and I have no intent to cause any harm or disturbance to anyone. The only thing I want to do is spread love and good things, relaxation, whatever. And connect. But I think I will also refrain from commenting on comments. But thanks anyone for comments. I mean, not totally. Maybe if I watch someone's channel and you have a lot of videos and so on, maybe I will comment them, because otherwise it seems to be so many different energies with so different aims maybe, and I think I will just leave it at that. It doesn't mean that I just let it go, as I said there also. I don't dismiss it. I mean, you can be here and listen and comment as you want, anyone. I will just, for my own peace of mind and for the calmness of this space, this holy space, sacred circle, I will just, not go into that, because everything can trigger reaction here and there and all that. I just want to keep it peaceful. So if I don't know who you are a little bit more, and I don't know for sure who any of you are, obviously, but if you do videos and have your face up and are quite well known, I would assume that you maybe are who you say you are then. Or at least I would take a chance there. And that you mean what you say, maybe. Okay, so, but when it comes to these experiences anyway, what I saw was, for example, zombies. I saw, aside from all the healing that was going on, and within me a lot, I saw so many things, and it was not like in the zombie films. It was like rather people who looked like living but were just passing by with their, I don't know, dog or, but I saw that these are not alive, they have gotten rid of. They are just like mechanical, but yeah. So and I think I saw various alternative realities, or maybe parallel ones that goes on at the same time. I could like tap into different kinds of things. So that was one thing that I saw, and I didn't really like that. It didn't feel good to see that going around. So I wasn't afraid. I was a little bit surprised and a little bit curious about that. And also, I saw clones of people standing beside each other. I mean, if I was walking down the street or seeing people, and the same person, if I knew who it is, I saw different ones looking at the same, similarly. Maybe someone was fatter or someone was, or whatever. So it's like versions of themselves. Meanwhile, I saw someone that was really also pretty strange. And I wasn't alone. So some of the things, I'm sure I didn't ask about this, but I'm sure some of the things was only myself seeing, and also some of the things were in this third dimension. But anyway, also I saw aliens walking around. Oh gosh, this, you see, I need to relax now. Among people. And I was like also super surprised about that I could see them rather. I was like, oh, they're already here now. Like mixed with semi people. Oh gosh, not semi people, but like mixed in with our human race then. And I was so surprised that they kind of popped up so clearly. Some of them, and there were ordinary people, and then those, or the zombies, or the clones. But I didn't see all these at the same time. It was like, I guess I saw the zombie people first, and then the clones, and then the aliens. I think in that order. I saw different, maybe like prospects of the future, or where we could go, or how we can develop things depending on what we aim for, what we do. We are creators, in this world. Also gone through, maybe I have to quickly stop if someone comes now. I'm sorry about that if so, but I will continue on the Ayurvedic Shakti if so. No, what, nothing. Anyways, so, but that was just briefly. So much else have happened. And as I said, I would never, anyone who know me know that I would never choose psychedelics. First of all, that's the last thing I would ever choose. But also I wouldn't choose any kinds of, aside from sugar, maybe a glass of wine, but I haven't been drinking that for years and years and years even. So, but after this I felt like, oh, I could need that one. But yeah, no, not even that. So, but as I said, it was quite an experience, and I appreciate that. I really do. So, and also, yeah, I've seen so many things. I've seen things, being a psychic and medium, I also talked about that in videos sometimes, because I have this, now there have not been heavy messages coming through or whatever, but I've seen that, or I've thought so. I've never really experienced it, but I think so now. It can be really used in the wrong way. Obviously it can, purposely, but also without purpose, because other people can maybe ask you to read for someone and it's not for them. Maybe they get information about someone, or if they know you're good at it, which is really good if people don't, if they think you're crap, even if they think you lie. I think that's a better deal maybe sometimes, because because it's precious, it's valuable, and many can use it for whatever purposes. I think there also spirit have something to say about it, but the whole psychic sense is about seeing things beyond, like you can tap into that with your own concentration, with your own developed ability, or that you were born with or whatever. But when it comes to mediumship, you get the information through the spirits. So, but when it comes to the psychic things, that can really be used in any kind of way. So So I hesitate about that also now very much. Not about it, because I always communicate with, I couldn't not do that. But when it comes to readings, maybe I should wait until Spirit tell me, instead of letting people ask for it. Because maybe it's not for the best for them then. But I trust Spirit, so. And also not to share it too publicly. Maybe we will see where it goes, because I'm not sure that it always is so good, Yeah, it's good. It's nothing wrong, but the way it can be used in other people's minds or hands or whatever. But I've seen a lot of things, answers I thought I would never see, related to politics, related to, there have been so many levels going on now that have happened. I cannot describe it. I won't go into specifics because that wouldn't be good, I'm sure, and I don't want to. But without aiming for it, I've seen a lot of things, a lot of more things than I wanted to know. And so, I'm happy for it, though. That, it really blew my mind. Yeah, but I'm still here, and I'm feeling really good. I think this ordeal, let's say, that I've been through now, I'm not sure it's, how can I say, continuously development goes on with myself, and everything happens, and so, but when it comes to these strangeness in the third dimension, related to whatever, I don't really understand it even. I see parts. When it comes to that, I see fragments, various fragments of certain things. So I have some knowledge, more and more so. People who seem to target me, they kind of give information all the time that I don't even want and didn't have beforehand, and so and I hope they stop doing that, just because I don't think they want me to have that. And also trying to make me very confused, sidetrack me, and giving. Even that would be harder to describe. No one would believe me. So it's even for that reason, it's good to be very quiet about it. But also, I just don't want to be involved in anything of that, whatever is going on. So I'm just not going to talk about it. But it's clear that people want to pretty much confuse me regarding what's going on, and also that it goes on so many levels concerning different kinds of people. I just breathe and smile and look at people with love. I try to do that, and that's it. And then we will see what happens. What can I do more than that? At least that's my conclusion. And everyone have their good reasons for whatever they do or whatever they choose. So I can't judge anyone, and I really know too little about whatever it is that goes on to have an opinion. And it seems also pretty complicated. It seemed to be too many involved and too complicated for my little. I tried to figure it at some time. How can I say? Back in time, maybe I've tried to understand what's going on with certain things that have happened that seem to still be going on to some degree. But I'm dropping that. I don't care. It's not my circus. It's not my monkeys. Is that how you say? I don't know. But thanks for all loving support from all kinds of sources as well. I'm sure that goes on at least as much. All the spiritual support, of course, Otherwise, probably things have been way different at this time. But also from people. And just a brief loving thought, or even neutral, if it used to be different, that is really healing. So for both yourself and others, so, or myself and others. Yeah. So I can't talk much more about that, or I won't talk much more about these things. But it have been a really, really wow. I have not been able to even put these kinds of words onto it, and maybe you understand why when you hear these brief descriptions. And I'm sure several will think, oh, well, she have totally lost it. But that's okay. That's okay. I haven't. Yeah. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. I think I will have to end now then. And I wish each and every one of you well, and send much love. As I said, I believe in karma also. I believe that everyone comes from somewhere, and that forms your perceptions. It forms your choices and everything. It's not that anyone is like this isolated island of, even when it comes to that, we're influenced constantly by each other and all that is, and have been, and so on and so forth. And so it's not, it would be easy to put something just onto somebody, like, okay, now this is your fault kind of thing, or whatever. But it's never the truth, honestly. So, and since I don't know all these threads and connection in all kinds of way, and eternity back and all that, I stay with the love. I stay with the love and the peace of mind. Yeah, I hope you got something out of this. And in time, probably, hopefully, I will continue on Ayurvedic Shakti. This I will leave as is now, this channel, for a while at least, and maybe go through videos that I haven't uploaded. No, I mean, made public yet, as I said. And maybe those shorter law of attraction ones, maybe I will, if I can find them, I will maybe make them public then, if someone wanted to listen to those. They always have something to say as food for thought, if nothing else, I think. So, yeah. Peace out. What to say? Your holinesses. Okay, I will just leave it at that. Take care, sweet ones.